Hey everyone, welcome to Review Time. I'm your host, Islip, and today I'm going to be reviewing Combiner Wars Silverbolt. Now, he was one of the first, Silverbolt was one of the first of the big Transformers I ever had. For the time. Back in the days, the Transformers weren't quite as big as they are now. I had him and I had, Onslaught. And I have no idea how I got either of them. I think one I picked for Christmas, or I got for Christmas, and the other I have no idea. So anyway, I got this guy, picked him up. Actually, I ordered him. Comes with his obligatory little sort of almost paragraph. And it says, the leader of the aerial bots forms the core of Superions, of the team's combined form Superion, sorry. A single-minded force bent only on Decepticon destruction. Mentions nothing about his, what do you call it? Oh, what is it called? Not claustrophobia, but his fear of heights. And if you notice, there is a lot of gold on this figure. Unfortunately, when you turn it around, it's mustard. Like mustard or orange. So, looks like somebody's going to be a bit, what is the word I'm looking for? Customize when the weather gets warm enough for me to do that. Anyway, that said, let's pull him out. Now, he comes with a card. I've already shown off like 6 cards already, so I'm not going to go looking for it. He comes with his instructions. Actually, I really didn't even need the instructions. He's simple enough that you can figure it out on your own. So, yeah. And let's bring the camera down some. Here we go. So here he is. Just fold the wings back. And he looks pretty shadowy. Ah, I see what happened. Yeah, well, that'll actually work because of all the white. Now, I've read some people don't like that he's so tall and thin looking. And to be honest with you, he looks a lot better than his G1 self. If I can find it, I will put a picture somewhere. And he was, tall, and I guess he had broad shoulders, but that was because of the transformation and whatever. And believe me, the only issue I have really is that his tail doesn't fold up. It doesn't fold up or out of the way. It's just stuck there. So, yeah. Let's go over articulation. His head looks up and down, and it wiggles a bit. I think it's on a ball joint. Arms are ratchety. 360. Go in and out. Rotate. They have I think it's called a mushroom peg. It bends very tightly at the elbow. Funny thing is, it looks like it's supposed to be ratchets, and it doesn't sound like ratchets at all. And the wrists don't do anything. He has no waist. He does do the splits. Wow, it really got dark on my screen. Let's bring him out towards the light a bit. Let me move this over some. Okay, and now he's too bright. Well, anyway, so he can do the splits all the way out, rotate 360 there. His legs do rotate there. They bend at the knee, and your foot can move a little bit, but that's really more for transformation than anything else. And, yeah, he's a pretty nice looking aerial bot. He comes with this giant gun, which does separate into a less giant gun, which he can wield. And yeah, it's even a bit big just for him. And I'm hoping this is coming out okay. It's hard for me to tell sitting behind the camera in the sunlight. And then you've got this other piece that you can attach to his forearm like so as a shield. It also has a wheel, so it can act as landing gear in the next mode. Although he already comes with landing gear, which this is the first time I've opened this up. But anyway, I mean, as far as the landing gear is concerned, not the bot. We'll take this all off. Take this all off. And we'll go ahead and transform him into his other mode. So we'll just go ahead and get his arms up and just go ahead and get them out of the way for now. And we will go ahead and take his chest, open it up, flip this around, close it back up like so. Then we will, what shall we do? Turn this way, flip these panels up, fold the feet over so they are inside, and bring them, am I bringing them around yet? Let's see, do I put the, I forgot how I'm supposed to do this. Give me a second, I can't, oh, no, I'm so dumb. Alright. Okay. You can see there is a rectangular hole there, and then this just slots into that, like so. And then you bring the arm over, oops, like so. You have to bend it at the elbow, and that just fits in right there. And then you see there is a slot again right here, and then a rectangular peg, and that just comes down, and there you've got one wing and half of the bot done. So you come over here, do the same thing. We're going to bring this way, fold the feet, oops, flip this panel open, fold the feet, rotate this in, and it will peg in where it's supposed to, and bring this arm down, make sure you've got it bent so it fits in the way it's supposed to. And then you will take this panel, push it down so it slots into that hole. Then you're going to bring this piece over, like so. Like so. There we go. And do that. And there you've got your Concorde jet. And it is really bright. Yeah, he's glowing in the dark because the sun came out. So we're going to move him over there. And we're going to move over to where the shadow is because that will work better for us in this instance. Sorry, guys. So here we got the Concorde, or the Concorde-ish type jet. And true to a Concorde-ish type jet, the nose cone does bend down like a Concorde does. So, yeah, on the underside, just a folded up robot. Pretty much, well, not pretty much, every single Silverbolt that turned into an airplane, I should say, every single Silverbolt that turned into a plane does this. This is nothing new. Anytime you turn it over, there is some big block of blocky robotness, and that's nothing new. So, I mean, it is a bit of a shame that it is, what, I had Silverbolt in 1986, almost 30 years or 30 years, and they still haven't fixed that problem, but I don't care that much, really, just because I'm just stoked to have a Silverbolt, a real, honest-to-gosh Silverbolt that turns into Superion. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's okay. I can live with it. Then you've got landing gear molded in right here and here, and then you can flip this out to have more landing gear. Or if you decide you want to use the weapon on, you can use the weapon on the bot, and that's what that other landing gear is for. And there are two peg holes here and two pegs, and you slot them in, and there you go. And you've got this ungodly big cannon on Silverbolt, and it's okay, I can deal with it. It's not the greatest, but at least there is some weapon storage, and at least it's symmetrical, unlike all the other limbots where you have one gun that turns into a hand-foot, so it's huge, and then one gun that's a regular gun, and this is symmetrical. It's one thing that fits in one place. I like it. And it looks it evokes... Ooh, maybe I should have put it in so tight. It evokes Superion's original gun. Oh, crap. Okay, there we go. You gotta remember not to do this ever again. Probably won't, because I don't think I'm going to be turning it into Concorde jet often. And if I do, I probably won't use the weapons. Come on out. Whoa. So we're going to leave this combined and off to the side because we will need it for the next mode. And speaking of the next mode, can you guess what we're going to do? If not, well, here's a clue. Transform! So we're going to transform him almost back into robot mode. Well, we're going to transform him back into robot mode for now. Minus his head. We're not going to bring his head back out. We're going to transform him. Well, actually, no, we're not going to transform him into robot mode. We're going to transform him like we're going to robot mode. And we're just going to get some pieces out of the way. And then what we're going to do is try to pop this open. There we go. Usually gives me a lot more of a problem. And pull out his head. And I like how Combiner Wars did stuff. The head is built into Silverbolt's body, and as if you haven't noticed, Silverbolt is upside down now. That's because everything switches. His legs become the arms. No, his legs become his chest and shoulders, and his arms become his upper thighs. So we've got this, and what we're going to do is we've put the head out. We're going to turn these around like so, turn them around like so, and we're going to rotate his legs or his arms so that what should be gold is facing forward. We're going to flip the hands around to the back like so to get them out the way. We're going to take these bits and we're going to take them and we're going to transform these back as if we were making the jet. Then we're going to take these bits, we're going to flip them up, get this situated. This plugs in right into the back of the neck, plugs in right there. And hopefully it's not too shadowy for you. I apologize if it is. Working with the sunlight is not the easiest thing in the world to do. We'll go ahead and make sure that's zoomed in. So you flip that like so, and then close these up together. Oh, I almost forgot a piece. We have to open this back up again. We have to bring this bit up like so, and then we close this down. And there we have Superion's body. So now we can go ahead and get our limbs and limb him up. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll move this over here for now. Let's go ahead and find our limb bots. So, first things first, we need legs. Okay. Alright, so we've got our legs. And they're already transformed. I've already showed you the transformation, so there's no real need for me to show that again. So we'll take the legs, slide the legs into where they go, and they fit, they hold, what is it? They stay, I think they just stay much better on Silverbolt than they do on Optimus Prime. So we've got our legs done. And yeah, I got the guns on. You can take the guns off, or if you want to, you can plug the guns into Superion's hips or thighs, and they fit there pretty good and they stay. That's not a bad look. So move him back a little bit and raise the camera up just a wee bit, and you can see I'm in my backyard and it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius. So Mega, if you're watching this, it's not hot, it's actually kind of cold. Well, it's cool, I should say cool. It's not cold, it's cool. And sorry, I need a new tripod. This one is pretty much done. I need a new tripod and a new grip to hold it. Okay. So anyway, okay, we know what the bottom looks like. So we'll grab, oops, I forgot, you got to flip out these black pieces down to expose the combiner ports or whatever. Slip that in there and grab our other dude, and we will slip that in there. And there we have Superion all together, and it looks good. And people are like destroying stuff. And then of course you've got the gun, which you can plug in to his hands. And for some reason, oh, never mind. I was going to say some reason it's a little loose, but not now. It is not. So he looks pretty good from the back. He looks okie dokie, except he's got two fists sticking out. And yeah, he's got a lot of posability. His head rotates. It doesn't look up and down. It just rotates back and forth. Arms go in and out like so. Rotate. Bend. And of course swivel, because the hands are on a peg. And the legs can do that. Go forward. Bend down. The bajing, the bajang. And yeah. What else can I say other than that this guy is pretty much awesome. He's awesome, and I can't wait for the rest of the combiners to come out. Now the only thing that I kind of don't like is that the airplane bits are facing forward, which is weird because when I was a kid I used to hate that the airplane bits were facing backwards. On the original Superion, when you transform the jets into the legs, they were always facing backwards, like so. And the same thing with Menosaur's bots. They always were facing backwards instead of. As a matter of fact, all the combiners were like that, where instead of having the kibble on the front, you had it on the back. And I used to hate that. But whoops. But now, honestly, I think it works better when you have the kibble to the back, because now the legs they're in line with the body. They just straight on down. There's not this big chunk of stuff. And then you have the kibble on the back. Now, unfortunately, that means, well, you still have a little pose. No, you don't. You can't really pose his legs backwards because they're not meant to do that. But again, if you're just standing him on the shelf, this will be fine if that's your aesthetic preference. If you want to pose him, then of course you're going to need to. Well, actually, you could still bend it. It's just bending higher up. So, no, that doesn't look good. So you just, if you want to have the articulation, you just make sure you've got the kibble in the the front, and then you've got your knee bend back. So, unfortunately, these ratchets are not as strong as they need to be to really have him hold any poses. He has a lot of posability, but that's as long as the ratchets hold. Then what happens is he gets. Well, actually, his ratchets hold. His poses hold a little bit. Oh crap! A little bit better than the Optimus one did. Well, you can do poses, so he doesn't have to be stock and straight and up and down and whatever. You can do different things with him. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I've said all I needed to say. Let's make sure the wind doesn't blow him backwards. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, this is definitely a win. I am so glad that I was able to pick him up. Now I just need to get the last bot and to repaint this guy. I like Alpha Bravo. Don't get me wrong. Alpha Bravo does a great job. He's a great little robot. He's a great helicopter. He is actually he's a great limb. He is. I cannot deny that. But to me, the aerial bots are all airplanes. They're all airplanes. Each one of these limbs are capable of doing at least Mach 1, except for him. Helicopters can't go Mach 1. So, yeah, that kind of make things not, but he's still, as far as fun, as far as he just, everything else is fine. It's just that he's a helicopter instead of a jet. He also comes with the best looking fist thing because it's got Gatling guns at the end of it. Everybody else is like, this one has looks like missiles, and then these two have thrusters. But in any case, whatever. Silverbolt is awesome. Superion is awesome. Combiner Wars is awesome. The end. Ciao.